Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another Forgotten North recording. Good evening, Andy. Good evening, Stan.
Good evening.
Good evening, gents.
We'll very shortly, I think, rightfully begin with Stan's outfit. But
Stan the Viking.
to contextualise it first, this is the review of the Durham GT Middenheim Massacre that we all actually attended this weekend gone. A rare event where we all attend a GT.
Is it our first one since Toy Soldier?
Yeah.
Yes.
First one since July last year.
Yes, since July last year. It's our first one, which is crazy, really. So a really good event. I recommend anybody who hasn't attended one to attend one of the Durham Raiders events. Aaron runs a really genuinely relaxing, a relaxed environment, really friendly. In the community centre where they're based, it's a really good fun event.
Very old school feel event.
Yes, yeah. You say that, and it almost sounds like you're trying to semi-derogatory, but it's not. It is just really old school because it's just friendly in sort of the community centre. It's very cool. They've got good terrain, good mats, good tables. A really good sort of group community down there as well, which is excellent. So yeah, if anyone hasn't already attended one, I would definitely recommend any of the Durham Raiders events. We try to make any ones that we can, frankly, don't we?
Yeah, it's a no-brainer to go to.
Yeah. Obviously, even better for us because it's so relatively local as well. Well, for the most we have outside of our own events. So 2,000 points. We went over, obviously, the restrictions in the previous video, but fundamentally not a lot. Very similar to the comp from Masters, character balloons comp. It was the last flight of the Cathay, and some comps on undead BSB rerolls where I won a turn. But otherwise, Green Knight couldn't charge and was worth his points. Didn't see him though because of that, I think. But otherwise, not a very heavy comp, I wouldn't say overall.
No, I think go back and watch the review video for more discussion around that.
Aye. Which then takes us on to what was the very first award before the event even started after the briefing, which I'll let Stan explain, or Viking Stan explain.
Amazingly, it was an award you didn't steal off us.
I bet they're regretting that now.
It was the most beardy list. And I won it with the last flight of the balloons.
So yes, your wonderful attire there is an award for the cheesiest list at the event.
Yes, yeah.
Just to clarify,
Aaron and deserved.
A few days before the event, asking it was between the two of you which one was the cheesiest list. Stan didn't run away with it. You were very close behind.
No, I don't think I was. I think it was a country mile that Stan was the winner, and that actually people recognised mine as just a themed, friendly list.
Yeah, the theme of filth.
We can't keep having the same conversation. You've got to accept it's not.
It's not as bad from the next FAQ because you can't hide the killy characters as much.
I didn't hate them all this weekend, actually, because we'll come on to talk about that as we go through
You say that, but is there any evidence in the pictures that he's hiding in the front rank?
He's only in the front rank on the pictures?
Because it's deployment pictures, not combat pictures, is it, though?
I don't think I do own combat pictures, actually. So, yeah, for the rest of the rest of this video, we will be talking about our summarising that event, and then we'll come back and look at the general standings and have a chat about sort of where that leaves things, and do we feel any different about what it might have been like if the new FAQ was fully in place, because obviously it wasn't in place for this event because it was after list submission and everything like that. So it really was like the last hurrah of the 1.5.1 edition, I suppose.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, game one found us on Upon the Field of Glory game. And it was strategic location 3 and baggage train.
Yeah.
And we begin with Mr. T's first game against one and only Todd.
And everyone loves Todd.
Everyone loves Todd. He didn't deserve more filth game one.
Todd could take a filthy list and get away with it because he's Todd. So yeah, deployment pretty much spread across the entire board. Mostly, if you look at where the chariot characters are, they're trying to hide from at least 2 cannons if possible.
Did you have 3 cannons, 2 Hellblasters?
3 cannons, 1 Hellblaster.
1 Hellblaster.
So I didn't fancy 3 cannons into 1 character. I thought that might hurt.
Yeah.
So I did say before the game to Todd, I did want him to go first because I thought I've got Chance of Dark Brain. If I go first, I feel like it's going to be a bit of a harsh game for him.
Did you go first?
He did go first.
Oh, okay.
He won the roll off and went first and killed. Turn 1, he killed a chariot. Misfired the cannon on the left. Lost a crew. Can't shoot for 2 turns. This turn and next. Then my turn, everything ran up. The spawns were very slow. I think they went like 4 and 6.
Have you ever rolled above an 8 for your spawn on 3 dice? Well, not
Yes,
one
my
time
last
they
game this
bombed
weekend.
across the board.
He went 14 inches for the first time ever. But so my turn 1, then I popped the chalice. So his turn 2 was pretty much no event. I got baited him into a charge with his rightmost griffin into a chariot that fled. Then my turn 2, me little level 1 came on. Between him and the general, 2 volatides killed the wizard and a cannon. And then got into combat with the big block of his with a couple of chariots. We'd obviously, with first charge, just butchered the hell out of that unit.
Yeah, so that big Todd's list essentially is artillery, 3 characters on a griffin, and a big block of veteran state troops who rely on the griffin standard for their combat res and their sort of output.
Yeah, whereas my list has 9 units with first charge.
Yeah.
So it kind of negates any infantry block.
Yeah.
All of his characters have a 5-up armor, or a 5-up or a 3-up armor, and then they've all got 5-up wards.
Yeah.
But I just think after his turn 1, his turn 3 shooting, nothing really hit. His cannons were misfiring or missing. The organ gun got a lot of hits, but not a lot of wounds. And then I think by turn 4, it's just like a bit of a mop-up thing, really.
I seen Todd after this game, and it really did look like you did horrible, horrible things to him.
It was a good game, but I did feel quite bad after when he misfired with his 1 turn to kill stuff. He only hit 1 chariot. But yeah. So I think at the end of the game, I think I'd lost a couple of chariots, and that was about it.
And you got over 3,000 kill points in this game, didn't you?
Yeah, I killed everything. Had the objectives had 2 objectives from turn 1 onwards, and got his baggage train and controlled mine. So then my ambushing gore came on just to literally control my baggage train at the end. Then they came on turn 5 and just sat on the baggage train.
So massive 20-0 for your Grand Army Beastman to start with.
Yeah. But the spawn at the bottom, by the end of the game, had just made it into Todd's deployment zone. He was that slow. It took him 5 turns to reach the deployment zone. Strong. It was quite pitiful. Funny, but pitiful. But yeah, really good game 1, really, really big win. Bigger win than I probably wanted in this event.
Yeah, it's the risk, isn't it, of a big win game 1, and you go straight to the shark tank.
Yeah, I did not submarine.
So obviously same scenario, and actually there's the deployment of my game 1. I was playing Dan and his lizard men. First time I played Dan, lovely guy, very friendly, we had a really lovely time. It's safe to say it's not a great matchup for lizard men. Aren't great at the moment anyway. This isn't a great matchup. So this is I'd vanguarded the big brick in the middle there.
Can I just ask, is the thing with the flag sticking out his baggage train, I'm assuming?
Yes. Yeah. It's Slanzan Pride.
All right.
So I'd vanguarded forward with the big brick there in the centre. And then I won the roll off for turn 1. Rolled a 3 for my will be done on movement. and quite literally then bombed the big block 7 and then another 7 across the board. So by the end of my turn, I was 18 inches across the board from where I started, just straight in front of that Saurus block.
Which is not a good place for the Saurus.
No. So we fought there. I broke, he fell back in good order with shield wall. I then overran into the Slan. He charged with the Stegodon to try to save the Slan. The Slan then they both had broken fleet from combat. I couldn't chase the Slan down. I ended up running back into the Saurus warriors. Killed the Saurus warriors on that, then overran back into the Slan to kill the Slan. Meanwhile, he brought his Temple Guard round. I then went into them, killed them in combat. I then killed his Ripidactyls in combat. And then over this other side, the little blob had moved up to the objective and just shot the Skinks. And the Rippers came into combat. They died. And then my ambushers came on and got his baggage train.
Did you give any points up?
No.
Ruining.
He did get this unit of Skinks on over here moved up to this deployment zone and got like 240 points by the end of the game, though. Like, those Skinks were absolute ballers. Kept trying to they gave up shooting. Dave ran away across the table whilst plinking shots at the Skinks. Sorry?
It's good when he survives the game.
It is. It always feels morally good when Dave survives a game, to be honest.
I think you and morals is quite loose, to be fair.
That's very hurtful.
And this was before he got his new armor.
Yeah. God, no, I'm so looking forward to Dave having a 4 armor save. But yeah, it was Dan was a really lovely opponent. Terrible matchup for him. He's got quite a pleasant Lizard Man list.
I think you were saying after this, he's saying he's quit Warhammer.
But they did not. He did not say that. You're a horrible person. But I think I won by about 2,800 points. I think in this first game. A big.
The worry then was I was going to play you. And I didn't.
That was the worry initially, wasn't it? So your fate aligned that way, and then we had this utter filth.
Yeah, that was by far the filthiest table.
Sam's VC versus Stan's Cathay. Like, this was just a filth fest from the start.
Yeah, it was a tough game against a really, really good opponent. It was, yeah. I'm really not enjoying playing Sam in game ones.
Was that you saying Sam's played VC for a while now, Andy?
Yeah, he knows the army. It's the same list he's played for a long time. He knows his list well.
Yeah.
Not to drag onto it for a long time, but there was a moment where the Graveguard block was up between the two buildings, and I chose to send in both Shuggies plus the balloon to try and just take them out in one. The balloon failed its leadership 10 test.
Oh, for the fear?
For the fear.
Oh, no.
You think they'd be immune with the balloon?
Both Shuggies went in and got the unit down to 5 models. And then...
So imagine if you had a balloon with impact hits, etc., had gone in there as well.
Yeah. So net result was next turn, they all came back.
Oh.
And he killed one Shuggy with screams, the other one
ran
away. Yeah, and it just cascaded from there. There was a turn later on where I was chasing points. I had 2 cannon shots, both hit a black coach, double won the wounds.
Oh.
So it was a tough game, but Sam pressed the button and put the pressure on when he needed to.
Yeah.
But finished at 14-6. But it was one of those, if that balloon had gone in, different game. I would have had his general, the Banshees all in turn 3.
It was one of those big plays, isn't it? You went for the big play, and it just for 5 people didn't pay off, which then snowballed the other way for it.
The most annoying thing was, 21 of them dead, and they all came back.
It's you and leadership, isn't it, Stan? That's what it is.
But it was just, not Sam's fault because it's the rules, but it did feel pretty bad. You go in and then all your work is just undone on things you can't interact with.
All 21 back in a turn.
Just about. There was near all of them back.
Ouch.
And then, it's cost me a couple of wounds, and then he just kills us.
Because the Shuggies do have the capacity to pop that block, which you nearly did. If the balloon had gone in with you, I'm sure.
You need to do 3 more wounds to win the combat by enough to pop them?
Yeah.
Yep. 3 more wounds.
Not a big ask if the balloon's in combat.
Well, not when it's got its impact hits as well. So that was unlucky.
Did you kill? Did he have a BSB in the unit?
Yeah.
Did you kill him, or was he still there?
He was still there. He retired from combat.
Or did he neglect a challenge? Did he?
Yeah. I punked the champion with impact hits.
For the last time.
And then his BSB retired.
So last flight of the Cathay started a little rougher than you'd have liked to.
Yeah, but it was one of those games. It was dice.
Yeah, we said from the off on our preview video, I think you and Sam were probably the toughest matchup of round 1.
Yeah. It's like Sam's a great coach, and it was just one of those. Like, I just didn't get the dice when I need. I don't, even with the one reroll, I don't think he failed many resurrections across the whole game.
Even these LD7 guys. That's why he's got 2 LD8, 1 LD7, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And one of the 8's got the scepter, hasn't he, for the extra?
Aye. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tough start to the event then, to be fair.
Good start. Yeah.
So 16-4, sorry, Sam, was it the start?
Yeah. Yes. 16-4. 14-6.
14-6, sorry. 14-6. Okay. So then we went into game 2, which chance encounter and
the best matchup for me, to be fair.
Strategic location 4.
Yeah.
So obviously you just had a massive win at this stage, Andy, and you went against a fellow beastman, but
with Ross
with wild herds.
Yeah, never met him before. Really nice guy though. And his army, you can't really tell in the picture, but his armies are all. There's a couple of newer ones, but in general, all the actual beastman infantry are all old Marauder level age chaos models, so they're all
solid, like all good old fashioned lead stuff, aren't they?
So obviously back then everybody looks different, so it's a really nice looking army, and the paint job's really nice on them.
Yeah, this doesn't really do it justice, to be honest, does it?
No, I mean it was kind of go big or sit back and play for a 10-10, which I'm never going to sit back and play for a 10-10.
You should absolutely have sat back and played for a 10-10.
I should have.
Stop trying to have fun.
I don't think I've ever sat back for a 10-10.
No, I don't think you have.
So I think he went first, possibly. I can't remember. Not much movement, a few spells off the buffs. And then my turn 1 was just try and run forward and do target saturation to get enough stuff into combat. Obviously, where his herdstone is, it leaves enough gap between the middle objective or the middle terrain so his characters can bob around through, but I can't get any of the chariots or monsters through the gaps to catch anything.
Yeah. That herdstone is such a good tactical piece, though, isn't it?
Yeah. So I think my turn 6, I must have gone first. So my turn 6, I had one last play, and the character at the bottom of the screen, on a chariot, cast a Vortide, I think it was, into his level 4 general. Got the spell off, only got 2 wounds through.
Oh.
And then his turn 6, then that character then killed my character, which was about 750, 800 point swing. I think I lost. Did I lose 18-2?
18-2, I think it was, yeah.
But had I killed his wizard that turn, would have probably been a 14-6 maybe.
Big
it's
swing.
Not a 13-7. It was a huge swing, but Ross played in Army really well. Really good game. Someone I hadn't played before. Really nice.
Yeah, I'm holding back on commenting because I play Ross later in the event,
You
and
do.
I'll share my thoughts on how Ross played his army then. To be fair, but yeah, he's a good player. So boom and bust to start with, then.
Yeah. Still a bigger win than a bigger loss, so I was happy.
Yeah, for sure. And then I went into my game 2 playing Joe, who just had a really big, obviously, who'd also had about a 2,800 point win. You and Ross have both had 3,000 point wins.
Yeah.
For 20 nils. Joe and I also had 20 nils on 2,800 points roughly. If anyone's watched the preview video, this is Joe's the guy who has the Allied Empire Wizard and White Wolves Knights. And it is purely there to cast Necromancy and the Fly and Ethereal spell on his Dragon Slayer or Demon Slayer, whatever that character guy is. He was there to give him Fly 12 Ethereal and or Fly 10 Ethereal and bomb him around the table. It's actually a very, very cool tactic. I like it a lot. It did make us very glad I'd adjusted my list and put the Staff of Quietude on. So I could just get rid of it on a leadership 10 like every turn. But again, he put it. What I will say is stunningly painted army.
Yeah, I think we'll see the pictures of his army better.
Yeah, so nice. You obviously we deployed like this. This was the corner deployment sort of stuff. So again, this top one here is the little Ablob, and I've taken reserve move rather than reroll ones in this game. And they essentially swing round here and just start laying cover and fire for the most part. We're still relatively close. The big blob just again it's vanguarded. It gets a decent movement. By the end of turn 1, it's here. So I'm in combat by turn 2. And at that point, there's almost then just nothing you can do to stop it. I kill most of the iron drakes with the shooting, then I finish them off in combat. Get into he then goes absolutely ballsy and charges me with the Rangers, the Thunderers, I think they are, and tries to charge with the Knights of the White Wolf in me flank. Knights of the White Wolf were obviously channeling Stan's leadership and fail their fear test. Doesn't go into the flank, doesn't disrupt us. So I just beat up on all the dwarfs effectively. They run off from combat. The Slayer obviously falls back. I go back in the next turn, charge him, beat him again, kill him this time, overrun, and it just snowballs off. He had the Knights down to 2 at the end of the game and 1 gyrocopter left, I think. I don't think I killed it, or did I kill it right at the end? I can't quite remember. He didn't kill Dave, so Dave was 2 from 2 being alive, which is beautiful. He did kill this archer block after the world's most ridiculous combat. So he charged tried charging the 2 gyrocopters into it, failed his fear test, so couldn't charge them. Charged the next turn, lost combat to the archers, fell back in good order, and then recharged again the turn after.
Was it 1 unit of 2 gyrocopters or 2
It's
singles?
1 unit of 2 gyrocopters. And they're not scout gyrocopters, they're like actual T5 gyrocopters. Again, Joe I've never played him before. Lovely guy. Like I say, stunningly painted on. We had a really nice chat while we're playing. But it was a resounding win to the Tomb Kings. I just put the foot down, pushed the blob across the board, and just got really, really aggressive really quickly. And it absolutely served its purpose and did a sterling job for us, to be honest. So I was very pleased with how this one went. And then we have looks like absolute carnage on this one.
It does look a bit crazy there, doesn't it?
Apologies here, because this is the end of the game.
Deployment photo. He's tricked me.
Basically, I played Dan and his all-night Goblin army, and poor Dan, I felt for him. His first game was against Tony's 6 Scream list.
Oh, God. You had Tony's 6 Scream, then your day.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. What a poor guy.
He was feeling a bit jaded going into round 2. And I did feel for him, because what a terrible draw.
Oh, God, that's awful.
You know, the group he was in played at a more friendly level. So to play those 2 lists back to back, bless him. But as you
say friendly, how many fanatics does he have? 12?
12.
Just was wondering where we draw the line between friendly and calling people monsters.
16.
Right.
Well, because of the deployment, he deployed in 2 lines, which immediately I thought, here we go. So it cut down his fanatic output by half.
Yeah.
First turn, the building at the top right, I put the balloon and both shuggies there. I went, bring it. The 6 fanatics that could come out came out, and then turn 2, everything just went in. The shuggies deleted his unit with his level 4 in, his BSB, his general. The balloon was taken off the squigs, the cannons were taken off the manglers. The panics just spread through his line. Like, his 1 unit night goblins ended up in the wood, neutralizing the fanatics immediately. And at that point, ended turn 2. He said, "Look, can we just call it there?"
Oh.
Yeah, but after a tough game with Sam, you couldn't have got a better recovery game, could you? Really?
That is rough.
Yeah, I felt for him, because it wasn't enjoyable. You can see the picture. The base is the other shuggy, and in his lines.
Yeah, it's like, as far as we go as hobby enthusiasts, it's sometimes it's just rough when you get such a disparity in matchup, isn't it?
Yeah, he was. His heart wasn't in it. Now, I wasn't going to play a game against someone that's obviously just not enjoying it.
I can imagine after having played the 6 Scream list and then get put down against this Cathay list, like, the power discrepancy is outrageous.
I do think what will be interesting is listening to Dan's, when they do their channel's review of the games.
Yeah. I can't imagine. I'm going to tell the world about how much of a horrible, horrible human Stan is.
Yeah, it just, it's one of those, I got drawn against Sam round 1, and then
that
down at the
We've
bottom
all had
end.
those games where you brutalise someone and it doesn't feel good.
Yeah.
No. He
100%.
was a lovely guy and a lovely army, but you could just...
It is a nice army as well.
Shake the hands and walk away from.
Isn't it? The yellow's cool. Like, it's a nice army.
Yeah, so, lovely army and lovely guy. Like I say, I could understand he was a bit despondent at this point.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, when things go wrong, sometimes it's tough. It's just it feels not good sometimes.
I can understand. He probably had 2 games where he didn't feel like he was a competitor.
Yeah, and that's a real feels bad moment, to be fair, isn't it?
Yeah, and you don't want to be one of the people doing it.
No, I don't think you don't. Like, you want, win or loss, you don't want it. You don't feel you don't want to ground someone's spirit down or anything like that.
Yeah, so unfortunately one of those. But you only play who's. So I hope.
Yeah, you only play that's sometimes just the way the draw goes.
Yeah, I hope he didn't take it too badly, and
yeah,
I enjoyed the interactions with him as a person and his lovely army.
Yeah.
Should have heard what he said about you, though. Shocking.
Yeah, it's one of those rough matches.
Dealing with used to week in, week out. I don't care what anyone says about me anymore.
John's just finally rubbed it off on you too much, isn't he?
If anything, he welcomes some criticism from externally.
I'm just numb.
There's
This
no
is
shame
wearing
used to. That's what it is.
cheesiest list hat, just going, this is why. This is why. But so like big 20-0 recovery though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, this snuck into the. This is my king in a challenge against what was no longer an ethereal slayer.
Can I just say that when your king's in a challenge, it's the king and his 17 other wounds that are in the challenge.
Yeah.
He hasn't got 17
So unless that guy's got killing blow and gets like 6 killing blow hits. No, that's to get.
He has 9 ablative
killing
wounds.
blows.
He has 13 collectively, including his own wounds.
So how many killing blows does he need to kill him?
Well, you
9?
can't kill him blow him. His first batch of wounds go to the chariot guy.
That means you'd need 9, wouldn't you? 1 for each wound on the chariot, then 1 for each guy after the chariot.
Yeah.
And that's assuming you haven't done ward or regen any of them.
Yeah, and you've also got to hit the king.
Yeah. Well, as it stands, the king did kill this guy, obviously.
We're all shocked, Scott.
Yeah. So you'll notice there's not a photo of Andy's game 3 because Andy cannot follow an instruction to take a photo of deployment.
Can I just say, for the first 2 games, my opponent reminded me to take photos. Game 1, you came over.
I reminded you of game 1.
Said take photos, and I was moving. Todd's like photos, and I was like, "Oh yeah, Todd, well done."
Honest to God, like this is why we're not allowed out.
There is no photo of my game 3 because me and Mop were having such a fun time.
That doesn't sound right.
To be fair, Mop even said he loves playing Beth game. He loved it. He loves playing middle of the field. Far more fun.
Yeah, he did say that. He said it was so much more relaxing playing midfield than trying to challenge.
Yeah, it is. It's far more fun. You haven't got to stress. So I had Mop Skaven with his double clan rat with.
I'll go back to that one. So people can
rattling gun, big storm vermin block with 2
level
levels,
like 1,400 points of
a warlord, a BSB, 2 assassins, and then 2 small gutter runner blocks of 5.
Yeah, something like that with death globes.
Yeah, there's like 9 death globes in the army or something ridiculous.
He loves it.
To be fair, in our game, didn't really do a lot.
No, I can imagine.
But it was a really fun game. It was all about could I do enough to that block, and at the end of the game, I got it down to just the standard bearer left.
One guy kept about 300 points or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think I lost 12-8 or 13-7, but had I got the standard bearer, it would have probably been a draw.
200 odd points from that. Yeah.
But it was really fun.
12-8 loss. Was it 12-8?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a really, really good, fun game against his little gimmicky, everyone attacks and then everyone hides at the back of the unit game.
To be fair, when I came over, it did look like these were having an absolute blast of a game.
It was really, really good fun, to be fair.
I think I played Mop. Mop's a good, like one, he's a good player, but also he's good to play against.
Yeah, he's a really good player, but he knows the army well. He knows what that unit does.
Yeah.
But it was really, really good fun. But small loss, but it was a good game.
Not fun enough to take a deployment photo with, obviously. But
we're too busy chatting, having a good time, rather than you two filthy buggers. We must show our glory and picking on new players and picking on friendly lists, just ruining people's hobbies.
That's anyway.
Coming from the guy that's just recently tried to sneak in a 4 Demon Prince list illegally.
Yeah. It's got 4 Demon Princes in.
I still think for Demons of Chaos, it still wouldn't be that good a list. And that's the problem. It still wouldn't be strong.
So after my 2 wins, I went into... so I didn't mention, game 3 was close quarters and SL3. I went up against Ross, who obviously you'd played in game 2.
Yep.
So if you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have had to play Ross in game 3.
You'd have played me. I don't want to play you again. I play you every week.
No, if you hadn't just got a draw, I would have played someone completely different.
But where's the fun in? You have to play the harsh list?
And to be fair, this is the kind of list, the kind of game that the Royal Host build shouldn't ever really lose.
Because they don't do enough damage in one go.
Yeah, because obviously most of his damage is Vile Tide related. But actually, it can be very challenging to win. Because I found trying to catch this army was like trying to catch smoke.
Yeah, he's got 1 unit worth anything and everything else just moves everywhere.
So his Wild Herd block, to be honest, he got he got quite aggressive trying to come down here to pick on the little block. But I swung around with the big block. I had like I kept giving him opportunities to fail an impetuous test and charge. And he just kept passing the leadership on it. Which was very sad. And then every time he needed it, he got off the fly spell or he got off TMP. And this block gets down to about, I kill all the young gore in it. I kill most of the gore. Oh no, not most. It's down to exactly 50% or 25%, so I don't get any points off it.
Yeah. Did he miscast with you? He didn't miscast once with me with all the buffs, all the bonuses.
And
I was just waiting for that one-turn miscast for the coven to go boom.
Yeah, this block ends up, it comes down here, it flies over us to here, it moves up here, it TMPs here, and it ends up the end of the game over here, protecting its points. I end up coming up through this way. Everything either is skirmish or fly or reserve move or TMP or... Oh my goodness gracious me. So I end up... He sits on this objective the whole game pretty much, but hiding behind this terrain so I can't shoot him with just one guy within 6 inches, and he just shuffles around. We take turns holding these two middle ones. I also get... We draw the herdstone. He passes a leadership 7 to not run away from it. I fail to kill one gore that is holding it, 2 gores. It was a really, really good game because it was very, very intense from a sort of decision making and trying to get the most out of it. Because there was just no standing targets, and he like this stuff up here pretty much just stayed hiding the entire game. It popped out, it popped back in. Most things just hid behind cover and just didn't engage with us. He risked the big block. Once it realised that it was going to get demolished, he just went in fly, march, reserve move, TMP. Like, it was like I described like trying to catch smoke. So I think I was about 50 points shy, I think, of getting an 11-9, but as it finished 10-10. Flat out draw, just couldn't catch him. Couldn't catch him at all. It was really, really well played. And I pray for him to one day bloody fail an impetuous test on that block or not cast a fly spell, and it would have been a massive victory. But them's the dice, and them's the way that it goes sometimes.
I think when we played, I don't remember him failing to cast many spells.
No, very, very good player. Really enjoyed it. Very, very challenging game. It was good. It was well played.
It looked it when I popped over. You looked like you were just really sweating it out.
It was really intense because it was making us work for everything, and I was confident I wasn't giving up any points really, but it was just so. Dave died. That was the points I gave up. But I just couldn't get much at all. I killed a pig, a unit of harpies, most of another unit of harpies, and that was about it. It was so tight. I just couldn't catch anything. But just a really challenging game. It was good. It was just, can the blocks catch nothing, essentially. But a good player. I very much enjoyed the game against him. Was playing the right. It was a tough game, but a game played in the right spirit for sure. And then rounding out game 3 and rounding out day 1. Over to you, Stan.
It was against Pete's high elf list, of course, Woodsman, because
of course
they're the only flavours. Really, really good game. He'd gone for the big white lion block for Sword Masters.
Yeah, this big block of white lions. Yeah, with a wizard in it.
With the mage in.
Yeah.
For making them ethereal.
Yeah.
And then on the left-hand side of the screen there, you can see the dragon and the Griffin Lord.
Yeah, both hiding behind the hill.
Yeah.
Can't blame
But
him.
luckily, for me, there was a unit of sisters on the hill.
Meant you could target them.
So I could shoot an inch and a half away from the edge of the hill to make sure it went over the hill, which felt horrible, but they're the rules. So we played that game for a little while, and then eventually pushed the dragon and the griffin up the flank, and the cannons just had a field day. He couldn't roll a 5-up ward or regen.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the cannons just took them to bits.
And what did you end up dealing with the white lions with? Did you double shove it?
The white lines that I couldn't dispel. There was a drain magic up for most of the game. The key point came when a cannon hit the mage and he failed the lookout, sir.
Oh.
On the one turn he didn't have the ethereal up. The mage was on one wound, so I just sat back, and the second time ethereal didn't go in, everything went in. Took the mage out with impact hits again. So that immediately dropped off the drain magic, which meant the other one could get the doppelganger off.
How big was the unit? How big was the unit?
3 ranks, so it must have been mid-20s.
Because you can only hit the character when there's less than 5?
In the FAQ.
No, champions less than 5. In the rulebook, characters less than 5.
You can't target characters with impact hits?
Oh, well, played that wrong.
Oh,
me and Scott played that wrong a few times because I used to take out his character with the chariot.
Well, I mean, it happens. We all get rules wrong.
Yeah. Oh, no, it wasn't. I apologise. It wasn't the impact hits because he was ethereal. The Meteor Hammer guy.
Oh, you shoved him. Right.
Yeah, he was ethereal, but that kept the ethereal on, but dropped off the drain magic.
Right. Because ethereal lasts till the start of your next turn.
Yeah, and the drain magic remains in place, so when he dies, it meant the Monkey King's wisdom guy, who was on initiative 4, could then get his doppelganger off.
And obviously started just going to town, I assume.
Yeah, and then the stubborn, and then the next turn they're both doppelgangered.
Oh, you horrible guy.
But the drain magic just...
It's honestly, I think it's such an underutilized spell. I think it's still incredibly powerful.
You know, I've dispelled it on a natural roll of a 9. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. It's
and it slowed us down. It stopped us going in.
I think like that side of high elves are really good. Like the magic's really good. The dragon's obviously very good. The problem with high elves is then like troops are just not good in the current game.
No. Looking at the map there, I'm a bit surprised he didn't put the wood where he's hiding his dragon and stuff, like in that next to the train and the wood there. So that whole flank would have been unable to shoot his dragon.
Well, he put the wood in front of that hill to stop me putting the cannons on there.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, down here.
Yeah. Because that's his wood.
Yeah, I think I'd have probably put it here.
That would have put them behind the wood on the right, so you could fly behind that wood turn 1 and then have a bit more threat.
I mean, it's easy to critique from a distance.
Oh yeah, we all have games where you can look in hindsight and go, that would have been.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we all do that. Like...
But the sisters were a nightmare throughout the whole game.
Oh, really?
Just the same. Those ones on the hill, the blue, every time you got close to them, they were evasive behind the hill.
Yeah.
Same as the ones on the edge of the wood on the other side.
Just kept darting around.
Yep, just going whenever they were targeted. Pop, you can't say it anymore, and then pop out again. And
yeah,
and they got one of the shuggies down to 4 wounds.
It's shooting on it, and they've got AP as well, though, in armor being, haven't they?
Well, it's AP3 when the wound on a 6.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, it was a great game, and it could have gone easily the other way.
How did it finish? 20-0.
19-1.
19-1. So big win again for the Cathedral. Back-to-back big wins.
Yeah.
finishing the
but
day
like I
on
say,
a really strong place after a rough start.
yeah, like I say, I felt for Pete, he couldn't roll a 5 up. Like, I think that it was 3 cannonballs took out the dragon.
Yeah, that's what can I say about that? It's just rough going, isn't it?
Yeah, it was tough, but again, great game, a lot of fun, but it did have the moments. The score doesn't justify it. I ran away with it, but he made us sweat for quite a while.
It's sometimes one of those, isn't it? Once it goes big and it just snowballs out of control, doesn't it? You say going from being a very cagey game to a 20-0 or a 19-1 in this case. So that was the end of day one. Really good day. Like I was drawn to play our good friend Jack Cropper in game 4 of these ogres, flying very high on the end of day 1, 3 wins in a row. Andy was due to play
Ross's Warriors, triple dragon.
And who were you due to play, Stan?
The Beastman Wild.
Oh, yeah, you due to play Beastman. That I think was going to be an incredibly interesting game.
Yeah. It would all be about if the Volatides worked or not.
Yeah, it could have been very cagey and then snowballed big.
Either way, that game.
Yeah. But unfortunately, obviously
I had a few family things I needed to take care of, which meant I missed Sunday.
So for the rest of this episode, Stan is a bystander. But it was a real shame that he couldn't make day 2, but family comes first.
Absolutely couldn't, but family comes first.
Yeah, of course. So we went into game 2. Don't worry, Andy and I still went for a Greg's breakfast before we went to the venue.
We took one for the team, didn't we?
Yeah, we did. We're team players like that.
Although, wasn't happy, there was no hash browns.
Really should have submitted a complaint.
I think I might
Sunday morning, give them a break.
They might have been open for an hour.
So because of obviously Stan being unable to make it, there was a redraw.
Yes, Stan. There was a redraw.
Myself.
Look what you did,
Jack Cropper. So Andy and his Chariot Spam, Viletide, Beastman list went from playing Triple Dragon, which you were very happy about.
Yeah, it's a decent list.
Overall,
cavalry units, stuff I could deal with.
To Warwick's 6 Scream Vampire list.
Yeah, so in the middle, if you look at Warwick's infantry, at the front was 2 units of 20 zombies. Then behind that, what looks like one big unit either side is 3 units. So there's 10 skeletons, 20 zombies.
And then the same on both sides, isn't it?
Yeah, so there's 100 infantry to get through with all the resin and everything else.
Yeah, MSU vampires. Ish.
Yeah, again, I could have sat in the corner and wait a few turns, but that's not what I'm going to play. So, by the end of the game, I killed all of his infantry, dogs, all the bats. I had one play in turn 5 or 4, threw a Razor Gore chariot into the flank of his general. Got 3 impact hits, did no wounds, and everything on board missed.
Ugh.
Lost combat by 1 wound, fled and got ran down.
I'll
go in, wounded on 4s, should do a few wounds. If I'm lucky, I might pop it. Yeah. Worst case, I'll hold him up for a turn so there's no resin.
Yeah.
No. But no, he just absolutely whiffed. I think my turn 3, my general got a Viletide and a Windblast into a Banshee. Did no wound on the Viletide.
He was deployed just right on that line there and just clicked send for the most part.
Yeah. Again, just hoping to get as much into blasting infantry. But obviously, because the infantry is so close together, once you overrun, I'm getting 0 impact hits.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to send 1 chariot in, wait for the next chariot. But he's screaming off a chariot or a monster every turn, or 2.
Is that pretty much how the game played out? Like pick them.
It was a good fun game. I haven't played Tony for a very long time.
Yeah.
It was always going to be a really hard match. I think
it's not a good matchup for you, this.
Yeah, my uncle on the bottom scored most of my points by basically holding the objectives the entire game. Other than that,
old.
not a lot really. I killed all of his infantry. I killed everything apart from the big things and the 2 banshees.
Oh, did you
And
manage to
the
get through
highlight
all
was the
all
banshee.
two, did you?
His banshee charged my spawn, did no wounds from screams from turn 2 onwards, but did 2 wounds in combat to it, which
Incredible.
is like the highlight of the game.
I-
I think had Warwick been more aggressive, it would easily have been a 20-0.
And how
He played
did
really defensively, and he was a bit worried. He was worried about the terror guys being charged in the flanks by Ungor and things like that. And I'm like, you just stomped the crap out of him, and it's unlikely I'm going to do absolutely any wounds to you.
Yeah.
I think in the end, it was only a 13-7 loss,
Was it
which
13-7
I was
loss?
really happy with, to be fair, because that should have been a 20-0.
I think you'd take 13-7 loss to that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, every day.
Yeah.
Because obviously my only magical attacks was magic, the dragon ogre, and the 1 wizard.
Yeah. Good game, though, I assume. Like,
Yeah, it's a really, really good game. We had a good laugh and a good chat during the game and stuff.
Yeah, I played Warwick before. He's Warwick's a good guy. Obviously, we've known for a long time.
Had I taken my traditional beastman list of 3 Cygors, loving it.
Yeah, there's that one moment. If you'd actually taken your Cygor list, you'd have been having such a good time.
I mean, I could have dropped the mantle from the other wizard and gone for summoning and tried to snipe him from range, but that's not as much fun either. He's there to swing his mantle and charge into combat. That's what he's going to do.
You're a mad son of a gun. That's what you
It means
are.
I have fun games.
Absolute madman. Well, like I said, I then went into was a cropper.
Poor little Jack.
So, to be honest, we talked it out after the game, and this should have played out roughly as a 13-7 win to me. If Jack had just played for maximum or minimum damage.
Yeah.
Like, to be fair to him, he absolutely could have chaffed up, played the game, just a full avoidance game, or the avoidance game as best he could. I'd have picked off a few bits and pieces, and I'd have just got the scenario points and pretty much nothing else. And we weren't think it would have been about a 13-7.
Yeah, because scenario of this game was strategic locations 2 and special objective.
Yeah, special feature in the middle there.
Which I did playing with my Ungor in mind, which got me the 13-7.
Nice. So yeah, we talked through that, and then Jack, he just wants to try it, and he got he's Death Star here, marched, then cast Arcane Urgency, marched again. They were here by the end of turn 1. It was
That is aggressive.
It was wild. Cannons started looping around this corner here. So I then backed up here a little bit, repositioned here slightly, but I didn't have a lot of wiggle room, so I was so close to the end. Brought my brick here. You can squeeze through it. The angle isn't up great, but I had to wheel around, and then I came down a little bit. There was some space there. Angle doesn't show great. Jack then went into this block, but I couldn't get the wheel to charge because I would have clipped my own guys. So I couldn't charge them in when I hit turn 1. So we went into the baby blob. It did have glittering robes up though, I think, if memory serves. He actually didn't. He killed quite a lot of them, to be honest. But it actually meant I could choose to give. I lost by, I don't know, like 8. I chose to give ground even with phalanx because it's a choice. You don't have to not give ground. So I gave ground enough that I could bring the big blob in. Feasible the next turn. Well, I would bring it in. So Jack, we talked through different options, and he chose to reposition, hold and reform. So you could take it in the front. And then, to be fair, he was going to just take the challenge. But I got up reroll 1s, I had up glittering robes, and he waited up and he went, this is at this stage, I'm just going to flee, get away, and then go into marching column, and then play out the rest of that 13-7 like we talked about. So he elected to flee, and I caught him by an inch. And to be honest, it was in many respects, and it was similar to the game you were talking about against Dan. Like, it actually was a bit of a shitty way to win the game, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because how many points did
I
that
felt
block
for
worth
Jack.
that you had on a
He
flea?
was starting to come down with a bit of a migraine, so like bless him, he wasn't feeling great. He went for it, and the dice just absolutely screwed him over.
Because that unit's what, 1,400 points?
Yeah. So like, and then before that happened as well, he'd shot his two iron blast. One of his iron blasters came round. He shot the first one at Dave. Rolled a misfire, rolled a 1, blew it up.
Dave's like immune to cannons. I can't kill Dave with cannons.
Well, he did then kill him, but at that point, David made his points up like 4 times over. Just by the cannon misfiring and killing himself because he's worth 41 points.
I do like Cromwell. He plays a lot like me. Let's just run forward.
Honestly, he absolutely went for it. It was lovely to play Jack. We had a lovely chat and whatnot, but it did leave a bit of a sour taste that the game went the way it did. Like,
did you remember to roll, see what your special feature did?
It was unbreakable, and then I stopped rolling.
I think I had MR at one point, and I was like, great.
It was just I felt for it. It was just a rubbish. It was, we were chatting, it was a rubbish way to win the game. And it was a massive 20-0 to me because of that. And hats off him for wanting to engage. He said he's never played anything like this before, so he wanted to see how it could get in. We did then roll out the combat to see how it would go.
Did it go just as bad?
And the blob did smash them, so they had to flee. He would have fled through 4 inches. And then he was like, well, that would have made no difference. And then I was like, well, I'd roll my dice, and I'd roll a 3, so I wouldn't have caught him.
It's whether it took the charge, whether we'd have managed to snipe out a couple of your characters and got some points back.
He couldn't. He didn't.
As you know.
We played it, like we say, we rolled it out. It was a big win. It was a real shame that it went that way against Jack, because it wasn't an enjoyable way to win the game, if that makes sense. Although the game was good, because it was nice. Crop was an incredible.
Considering how long we've known Crop before, it's the first time you've ever played him, isn't it?
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. But he's a wonderful person. He's a very good player. He really maximizes like underpowered armies. Relatively, he does really well. He's an absolute delight.
Always had a talent for squeezing every bit of juice out of something.
I think he's a really good player, a really good guy. His army's very cool. He really undersells it when he says he's not a good painter. I thought it was a lovely army. And for it to go the way it did for 20-0, it wasn't the kind of 20-0 I celebrated getting, if that makes sense. It was a shame, but it was nice to have a catch up with Jack, and we talked to how in the future you'd play the game differently. And he says you've not played anything like that this before, so it was nice to chat about as well. But I mean, a big 20-0 win, which meant at this point I'd had 3 20-0s and a 10-10.
Because you're a bad man.
It was starting to look that way, to be honest.
Do you know what? It's true.
Yeah. Game into the final round. You had your second Beastman off of the weekend.
I did. Another Primal Herd block. This was Domination.
Domination and baggage train.
Sorry?
Domination and baggage train.
Yeah, which meant he didn't have to think each turn about points, which was quite nice.
Yeah.
So I think I won the roll-off, let Al go first. Because I thought it's Domination. I want to make sure I'm where I want to be last turn.
Yeah.
I think deployed everything this turn. So even my ambushers, my Gora in the bottom around the objective, around the baggage train. My level 1's in the front line. So with his list, he's level 4. He's in his top right, in his little block, in the skirmishing block behind the chariots.
Yeah.
In his big block, he's got the Black Maul guy.
He had a combat lord, didn't he?
Yeah, with a level 2 with Demonology, 4 Dragon Ogres, and some Ungor in front of the big block. So he went first, moved up with everything. No magic to cast because everything was out of range. Just repositioned. In my turn 1, there's no charges, but my spawn did run 14 inches to be a quarter of an inch away from a chariot.
He finally remembered he could actually move quite quickly.
Yeah, remember he's got legs. I think this game, we both used our chalice in this game, but it did next to nothing because neither of us had really shooty.
In fact, it only essentially limits the range for Ungo, isn't it?
Yeah, it just means you're Ungo in 9 inches, but it doesn't really make a lot. Quite a cagey few turns at the beginning. I think my turn, his turn 1, then he moved up with some of his characters at the back, cast some spells. He got the big spawn down to 1 wound on the right Nurgle one. Took 1 wound, I think, off one of the chariots. Moved his Dragon Ogres up slightly. My turn 2, I think I got a Vile Tide off on his Dragon Ogres, did 6 wounds. I think he saved 3, so he did 3 wounds to the Dragon Ogres. Cast a Vortex over there so they couldn't easily charge through into me. Then on the right, the interesting bit was my Razorgore charged 1 inch into his Tuskgore, but he was flank charged by my other Tuskgore, which got me the impact hits.
Yeah.
The spawn went into the chariot in front of him. I was on 1 wound. The impact hit from the Tuskgore chariot killed the first chariot, overran to the second one, did 3 wounds, I think, and the spawn killed it off. And then the big turn was turn 3, where he had his 2 wizards in front of me spawn on 1 wound with 2 Volatides, a Wind Blast, and possibly something else. None of his spells went off.
Oh my god, that is.
Which meant then the spawn on 1 wound needed like a 9 or 8, I think it was, to get into his little skirmish unit with his 2 wizards. Got into that, and then it was just killed. I think I killed 5, did 5 wounds, I think, in combat. He had a couple of attacks back, didn't do anything back.
And then the last one, this spawn on 1 wound.
Yeah, spawned on 1 wound at this point, which got me. He's level 4. He's level 1, I think it is, with the Jagged Dagger and the Ungor block at the back, which was massive. In the middle,
that's an unfortunate set of circumstances for him, isn't it?
Yeah, we went there on the left. The little Voltite wizard carried on picking on the Dragon Ogres, taking a few more wounds. The general was then Voltiding into the Primal Herd block, chipping a few off there. I think turn 4, we spawned on 1 wound. A chariot went into the front of the Dragon Ogres, whereas me level 3 spawn and another chariot tried to go into the flank and rear. All of those failed by 1 inch. Which meant the spawn did a few wounds, but did finally die to the Dragon Ogres. Died on a stomp, because the Dragon Ogres whipped their attacks.
Beautiful.
But I killed enough Dragon Ogres to make them flee, and they got run down.
Yeah.
His block at that point was moving forward, but he had his Ungor in front, which meant he couldn't charge through them. I wasn't shooting the Ungor because I didn't want to get rid of what was keeping me alive.
Fair.
I think turn 5 and 6, combo charged the block with a lot of chariots. Did enough wounds to kill enough of the block to make them flee, and then ran them down. Which ended up with another massive win.
Because it was finished with a 20-0, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So started and finished with a 20-0, just not so much in the middle.
Yeah.
But a really, really good fun game.
Daddy.
It's all about being off in the event, isn't it?
But a really good fun game.
Yeah, again, it looked it when I came over to see how you were getting on. Nice way to finish. There's deployment against young Jack and his exiles.
Killing 1 Jack's not enough.
Killing 1 Jack's not enough, so I had to dominate some other Jacks. As it happened, this was an incredibly cagey affair. Like he can be very, very evasive. Like the list's it's both a Death Star option or a full send option and an evasion list, with it being essentially everything nearly is skirmish. So there's 2 units of mounted yeoman up here, both with a wizard in. There's also a unit of archers, a bombard, 5 Knights of the Realm on foot in marching column to come zooping up here. This guy's actually here. Unit pegs, more the yeoman behind with his level 3 wizard in, archers, and then another unit of archers quite literally surrounding his baggage train. He could really
choose. Have you?
Sorry?
You got no ambushing units, have you?
Yes. Yeah. But I couldn't get anywhere near that because you just saved them round it.
Yeah.
So very cagey affair for the most part. He was hiding most things behind terrain. I shot up with me the big blob again about here. Then, rather than ambushing normally, I summoned the skeleton archers in, the ambushers, plopped them here so they could have a turn at shooting the cannon, a bombard, and then charge the bombard, which killed the bombard. Jack had swung up these 2 units up here to, well, fundamentally to kill Dave because he's a horrible person. He knows how much Dave means to me. But then left, he did kill Dave, but he left one of these units visible so that the big blob could spin, which was essentially all it was doing at this point was just spinning around in this middle part. Shot that unit, did like 16 wounds in one turn of shooting. Annihilated that. That was like 200 points swing. In the meantime, he brought all of this stuff, his pegs and everything, down to behind this forest and just sat behind this forest. I couldn't get, pardon me, line of sight, and he was just trying to. He brought these down. I killed them. He was trying to get the Pegasus into the little blob, but we're in a position where the big blob couldn't come in. And I was just playing the game of, well, actually, I'll keep moving around so that if you come out from behind the train, I'll shoot you with both blobs. You can go into the little blob, but the big blob will then come into you. Jack didn't take any of that bait naturally because he's too good a player. He essentially just hid everything behind terrain, and I couldn't catch anything. He killed Dave. I killed that unit of mounted yeoman and a wizard, and I killed the cannon. He then killed the skirmishers. I said killed the knights, the mounted, the knights on foot. He won. He took 400 on objectives. I took 300 on domination. We both had our own baggage trains at the end. The game was very, very tight, and it finished with an 11-9 to the Tomb Kings. Really cagey game. He just didn't engage at all, which is the right decision for him. It's one of those things he could have went big, but if he did and it didn't pay off, and the chances are it wouldn't, he'd get blobbed.
Yeah, with you, unless you make a mistake with the blobs, you can't really go into either of them.
Yeah,
you need to make a mistake so separate the blobs. Then you can kill the little blob. If the big blob stays near it, you can't risk going in.
If I leave the little blob unprotected, it can definitely die. We both proved on practice games, but yeah, I didn't make that mistake this time. But good game to finish on. Like, Jack's a very good player. We had also a nice chat while we're playing. Like, I do think
while we were playing game 5, Cropper, who was playing Poppertole, was winning by like 17-3, 18-2. Mark turned up, and then by turn 6, Cropper had lost 20-0.
Yeah.
And we're like, Mark, what did you do?
Steve,
and I don't know how that happened.
Steve's lord on Demonic Mount with the Ogre Blade, I think, went into the Ogre brick with 8 attacks.
Yeah, everything hit, everything wounded.
And I think he did 8 hits, 8 wounds, all doing D3.
17 wounds in total after regens and saves and stuff.
So, yeah.
Absolutely brutalised poor little Jack.
Horrific.
Which meant Jack did the ultimate non-submarine of 3 good wins and 2 horrific losses.
Aye. We'll come on.
K2 was not his friend.
Yeah. So that was the event from sort of how it played out for us. We'll come on to sort of how that finished shortly, but in the meantime, we thought we'd just share some of the armies that were sort of put on display. Like, I mean, it's not very well painted, but it's paint. Like, it's there.
Well, if you look at that picture quickly, it looks like you've got one character.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
It's just him.
But, nice tabletop. I take pride in the fact that it's painted by sort of Fiona and I, so it's there. This was Cropper's Ogres, which he's...
I really like Cropper's Ogres.
He's a bit sort of plays himself down, but I think it's a really nicely done army.
Yeah.
The unit fillers that he uses, these creatures here in his Nobblers, are so cool. Lovely bit of conversion on the BSB.
Yeah.
It's a really nice army. You should be proud of it. Looks really nice.
Jack's a very humble guy.
He is a very humble. 100%. It's not the greatest photo of this one, but this is obviously Todd's list, which is part of the list that won Best Painted at Forgotten North 1. Really well put together Empire list, like really well painted. Like Todd's a hero.
Yeah. What's not in there, because he didn't leave it out for display, he's also got 5 other archers, but he left them on the dining table. So he used halberdiers in the games, but didn't want to leave them out.
Right. Yeah. Again, Todd's baggage train is very cool. This thing here. That's very cool.
Yeah, the big wagon with the banner. It's lovely.
Mops, Skaven. So this is the list that you played game 3.
Yeah.
In the process of being kind of touched up, repainted. It's tabletop, but he's busy working.
The back of the Stormbow, the back units are still red, where he hasn't repainted them to the green colour.
Yeah, and he's touching up a little bit. I'm sure it'll be incredible when it's done, but very dark because that's Mop.
It's also moving to the Cathayan Overlords, isn't it?
Well, we shall see. Ross's Warriors.
That's the Warriors I should have been playing.
Yes, Stan.
With the Magic Missile, it looked a lot nicer than 6 Scream, Stan.
Get over it.
Again, Ross is a good painter. That's a nice army.
Lovely army.
Then this is Tristan's Dwarfs.
Which is
I really like these.
This is the army that won Best Army.
Yeah, it's a proper dark, broody dwarf army. It looks lovely.
It's really nicely themed, well based. Like it's a really nice army, and it looks like an army.
Yeah.
Warwick's swarms and swarms of core and monsters that you played again. It's very cool.
Yeah. But to be fair to him, if he plays an army with cannons, his general's dead. So it is it's an all or nothing army.
Yeah, also, he doesn't have a BSB in there.
No.
Like, hats off, he balls out play.
I mean, did he play Trish Game 5, where his cannons were just doing 1 wound or not?
Oh, that was hilarious. Yeah, that was hilarious.
Just horrific for the guy.
This is Joe's army, better picture, who I played in game 2.
I love that army.
This is a remarkably well painted dwarf army for me. Also, this little guy here, which is his allied Empire Wizard, is actually a Marauder Gnome Wizard, isn't it? Or like Dwarf Wizard from
Dwarf Wizard. It was
Dwarf Wizard from like what, 1987 or something like that?
Yeah.
And he's Knights of the White Wolf, a dwarf goat riders.
Yeah. And then what I did to take another one, his baggage train was stunning.
Yeah.
Stunning. Like, this actually does win the best baggage train award.
I don't see how he couldn't.
It was absolutely phenomenal. His paint job on it was fantastic. This conversion was amazing. Like, I just loved his list completely, to be honest. Sib Junior's list. Yeah. I really like the models he uses for his Kiosk Spawn. His giant spawn, these.
Yeah, they're the AOS, can't we?
But I think they do a job really nicely.
They fit the theme really well.
Yeah, I think
they
so.
are what they are.
Yeah.
They're the hobgoblin-y orc.
Yeah. I just don't know what they're called, but they really, really do the job. Aggressive list. This was Dan's lovely army that Stan did horrible things to in game 2.
Lovely army.
I really, really like the yellow. And yellow's a ballsy colour to paint as well, isn't it? Let's be honest. Yeah. Love his evil sun, his evil moon, his bad moon counters for objectives as well. They're cool. Love the foot counters. Like, they're amazing. The stomps. Really nicely put together and painted army.
Yeah.
So you can see that the takes us into awards. Admittedly, not the greatest photo of Todd. Looks a little bit sleepy, or a little bit worse for wear. But Todd did win best sportsman again. Like, the guy,
I wouldn't be surprised if he got 5 votes.
The guy is just a genuine delight and a wonderful example of what the hobby's all about as far as how you play the game.
Yeah.
Very well deserved favourite opponent win. We then have, I didn't get a photo of his army because I don't think he had it on display, so I didn't see it anyway. This is Gary winning best individual model.
Yeah, Wood Elf
He's Wood Elf Dragon, which to be fair, we've seen before, and it is a genuinely well-painted model. Like, Gary is a good hobbyist.
He's gone from his dwarves back to his elves for a bit, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think he had an absolute blast playing it as well. And Gary's an absolute sterling guy.
Yeah, he's a really nice guy.
Yeah.
Top bloke.
This is Joe, who I played, the dwarf guy who won best baggage train. Again, really lovely guy. And what a stunning army and a stunning baggage train. Thoroughly deserved. Then I have Triss, who won best army. Again, another lovely dwarf army. Bloody dwarfs. Stunty, well-painted dwarfs.
You quite often see dwarf and orc and goblins being painted really nice.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, people care a lot about the hobby, don't they?
But those two races seem to attract a lot of people that are just
devout into that race, aren't they? They're really hobbyists, like real hobby enthusiasts. I think it's easier to buy into the lore and the theme of the army as well, isn't it? Like, they get real fans of it.
I think because they're not top tier, you generally play them for the love of the armies.
Yeah, well, I mean, they have been top tier, though, in the past. So it's not like, you play them in the old editions as well.
Yeah.
Like, you take the rough with the smooth, but you do tend to find people who play those lists for a long time and love it. And like,
Some people just play certain armies because they're top tier.
I don't know how you dare.
I didn't say it was you.
Chris, who I think collected his repeat wooden spoon, bless him.
Yeah, by saying that, he just goes to events and finishes last, so he never has to pay to play.
Free ticket. Like, he's living. He's playing the game on a different level.
He had his Slayer army that people just wouldn't engage with the big stuff and just shot the free stuff.
yeah, bless him. He had a lovely time though. I had a good catch up with him. So we then went into the top 3. So we had the Slayer of Cathay.
The nicest toll.
No, not anymore. No. Young Jack's now the best toll.
I still think Sam's the nicest toll.
No, best toll, worst Jack.
Is Mob not worst Jack?
No, young toll. He's best toll, but worst Jack. But no, Sam took 3rd place, thoroughly deserved. He did really well with his vamps. He's playing vamps, so he's obviously a horrible person, which is why he can't be the nice tool anymore.
Because he plays undead. All undead people are not nice people.
Yeah.
Wet dead.
No, wet or dry doesn't matter.
It's not wet, it's moist dead. Moist dead.
Yeah, thoroughly. He did well, played very well across the weekend, deserved 3rd. Second was Ross, who obviously you and I both played, Andy, with his Wild Herd. Played very, very well. He absolutely deserved a podium spot. He was a very good player. I hope we bump in at events in the future. Ideally not with me Skaven, because they'll get beat up horribly off his Wild Herd.
Yeah, it would not be a fun game.
Nah. Well, it'd be a fun game, but it wouldn't score. Wouldn't go very well. No. And then obviously yours truly took 1st place. Like I say, thoroughly good event. Like 5 genuinely enjoyable games. I'm sure, like, once we played 13 games over the weekend. Everyone who was there was a wonderful player and played with a real passion in the way you want to attend an event. It was a really good, fun event to be part of.
I mean, any of my games could have got me favourite opponent game. They were all good fun.
Yeah. Also, for context, Aaron is also quite short and slight. Like, I look like an absolute giant on that photo, don't I?
And to be fair to Aaron, every prize came with some other gifts.
Oh my God, the prize support
before he gave them to him.
Prize support was excellent. Like, I got a new medium base Citadel brush, some Chaos Trolls, some bases.
You didn't want the Chaos Trolls, though. You threw them on the floor twice.
I did drop them twice, but I cannot fault the guys. Like, prize support was lovely.
Yeah.
And the actual prize itself, you can't say it, but it's an engraved tankard. Very cool. I like it a lot. I'm very, very proud to say I've won the last 2 January GTs in Durham, and we'll go back to everyone that I can make, frankly, because it's just such a really, really good event. And like I said earlier, but I would recommend anyone who wants to attend an event, come up for the Durham event. Like they're really good.
Yeah, they ran really smooth. Each round was really smooth. Plenty of timings, plenty of room.
Yeah, if anything, it's hell of a too much time. But no games didn't finish.
Free tea and coffee with donation to
Free tea and coffee with donation to the club. Like just really, really nice event.
Just lovely venue and lovely vibe.
Yeah, 100%. The vibe's amazing. So just then, last little look, I thought we'd move across to just, this is kind of how the leaderboard finished. So you had, obviously, myself with Royal Host at the top, Ross with Wild Herd, Vamps. Steve then brought in with Wolves of the Sea, unbeaten across the weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Really different style of Warriors as well. He was playing almost.
Who did he draw to?
Sorry?
Who did he draw with? Do you know?
Sam.
Yeah, Sam's Vampires.
Sam
did you play Sam? Game 2?
Yeah, game 2.
Yeah.
Had a tool off. It was hilarious. Because obviously they get incredibly competitive against each other. That's really funny to watch. We then had Young Jack, obviously just got pipped to an 11-9 off myself in the last game. Did really well with his Brett's 5th, so 3 tools in the top 5. Hell of a showing from the clan.
You see it quite often, to be fair. They're good.
Yeah, they're a hell of a bunch of players. Like that is a household full of very, very good Warhammer players. Mark with Vamps, our second Vamps came in the top 6, so 2 out of the top 6, 3 out of the top 6 were undead. Mop 7th with Skaven, which I think is a cracking performance.
Yeah.
He played Ross in last game with his and only came with an 11-9 loss, which I think is a really good performance. But 7th with Skaven, I genuinely think is an excellent showing. Deserves a lot of credit for that. As does Alex with his Orion Wild Herd in 8th.
Yeah, I was just going to say.
Phenomenal.
It definitely did not have an Orion in it, though.
It did not have Orion. But a cracking showing.
Yeah.
With his list.
Almost submarined into the top 5.
Yeah. And then there's you and sneaking in the top 10 with your 2 genuinely outrageous wins, 1st and 5th game.
They were match wins, to be fair. All of my scores are from those.
Your weekend was just feast or famine, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like
Ross was the only big loss. I think the 13-7 is probably one of the better results out of all those.
Was that against Warwick?
Yeah, because that's
yeah, fair. We then had sort of some more. Ross rounded out the top 10 with his Warriors, just missing out Sid with his Warriors, and then Warwick with his Vamps. I'll sort of just scroll through a little bit there. Trying to see.
Jack in it there. Look at it.
Sorry. Oh yeah.
Jack in 19th. Big wins day 1, and then absolutely annihilated.
Smash day 1. Solid win. Big win. Massive win. Decent win. 0 game 2. He also, it got to be said, he also wasn't very well either.
No.
He's probably playing his sunglasses, had a migraine. I just really felt from him on that second day, bless him.
Yeah.
Filthy Cathay coming in 20th, only playing 3 games.
More than that.
It's just it's just a shame that like real life happens, because who knows how that top end could have looked with you there on day 2.
Yeah, that game 4 would have been a really interesting game.
Yeah, definitely. And then some just really good weekend, and then there's Chris. Is it not showing everyone? A couple of dropouts. And there's Chris with his Slayer host, holding up the rear. People not engaging with him, but a genuinely good weekend, I think, across the board.
Definitely.
And then I think that relatively brings us to a bit of a close, gentlemen, doesn't it? And we've said it multiple times. I recommend any of the Durham events to anyone who's looking to attend. The clubs are made, and if you live in the Durham area, I think it's every Tuesday they meet.
I think
for games. So. They've got their Facebook. Reach out to them. Aaron, Phil, like all of the guys that play there. Wonderful bunch. So do reach out. But a cracking weekend. So five wonderful opponents, 5 really good, fun games. Anything you take from it, either of you guys, from a meta point of view, or anything that you think might look different in post FAQ?
Well, obviously it's the last ride for a lot of lists. I was talking to Jack about it, and his Brett's list is going to change massively.
Yeah, obviously Royal Pegs disappear.
Skaven list struggles to work.
Sorry?
Mob Skaven list doesn't work.
Yeah, I've got a feeling Brett's don't might even arguably get better. All right, they lose a bit of toughness.
But save points.
Pegs. But free up a lot of points.
You can get another peg.
Yeah.
I don't think Brett's really suffered from the loss of the peg.
I don't. Slight change to Tomb Kings, no concern particularly. Obviously, it was the last raid of the Cathay as we know it. We now await the Cathay Arcane Journal coming out.
The only Tomb King change really is the double dragon list has got hit.
Yeah.
That's the only real Tomb King.
Yeah, obviously sad to not see Armor of the Ages on my dragon anymore.
Again, seeing vampires in a skilled player's hands, they escaped like bandits, and they're without a doubt top dog.
They always will, because they're legacy. They're not a real.
Yeah. So we had 3 vampires at the event, and they came 3rd, 6th, and 12th.
To be fair, they were all different lists as well.
They were all different lists, yeah.
The Blood Knight list, a Scream list, and the standard list.
Yeah.
I mean, not surprisingly, the standard list did the best.
In the hands of a good player, though, it must be said.
Yeah, but Mark with his Blood Knight one got the second most kill points all weekend.
Yeah.
And you only beat him by about 100 and something big.
Yeah, it either won big or lost big. So Mark went lost and took 6, then 115, 120, lost 1, 120.
Yeah.
Yeah, it certainly will be interesting to see if we see much evolution in the meta from the recent FAQ. And obviously, there's already certainly we see a lot of change of Cathay. We can't judge that until the Army book comes out.
No, there's a lot of new comps from different TOs about vamps and how to deal with them.
Yeah, I do see a lot of different takes so far, and I think obviously we're going to be having our meet up shortly, talk about finalising the comp for Forgotten All 4. There's a lot of weird and wonderful stuff out there currently. And sometimes I think less is more, in my personal opinion, and not try to do too much. But I think we're in a little, now the fact the FAQ is finally here and it's landed, the game's in a little bit of a state of flux, and it'll be positive to see where it goes from there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Personally, I think if you take vampires out of the equation, I think it's the best it's ever been.
I agree. I think if you take away the cookie cutter vamp build, because I think the game's actually in an incredibly good place.
Yeah,
very, very balanced across the board. And regardless of lovely to see a fully supported, fully live game of Warhammer. I know we say it so often, but
yeah, it's first time for a long, long time.
Honestly, what a time to be alive and being a Warhammer player. It's so positive.
Especially if you play Filth Armies.
Like Beastman.
Oh yeah, top tier chariot list.
Okay, before we have to kill Andy.
Right. Well, with that in mind, I think we are almost an hour and a half on the dot. Thank you for anyone who's watched this whole video. Please do like and subscribe. It means a lot to us, and it also does help us with the YouTube algorithm. Gods, love to hear your thoughts in the comments, and if you were the event, please let us know how you thought it all went. Otherwise, we don't have an event planned in for a little while now until March. So our next couple of videos will be talking about comp and stuff like that, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Yep, and we'll maybe get a Toy Soldier review in.
Yes, we're not attending the Toy Soldier 2 in February, sadly, because of life. But we will be doing a list preview as soon as they're released, which will be absolutely. We can share our thoughts about where we think it'll go and how that'll pan out. So, yeah, watch the space for that. That'll be good fun. But otherwise, I think that is a good night.
Good night.
Good night, gentlemen. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Thank you very much.